The one governor who's crushing it the most right now is Andrew Cuomo. Yes. Thanks to his handling, his approval rating has soared to a 7-year high. And he's even becoming something of a crush for many people. Yeah, people online are falling in love with him. And I'm not gonna lie, those people include me. My Tinder profile now lists me as a Cuomo-Sexual.
Good evening and welcome to the program.
However, experience
the earth is round and not
suppository of all wisdom.
They're the so-called man caves where many husbands
patriots all across Australia.
Dividing people into groups of racist. Well, then you're a racist.
In our democracy and way of life
One in 6 Australians is now living off the dole.
Being persecuted for expressing their right to
We don't want Australia to be overrun by these people.
And I got obsessed with my body straight away.
Indeed. Well, we're in the grip of the Ice Age, the dealing and use of the drug ice.
on religious preaching in Rundle
The
Mall.
Australian flag, Anzac Day, the national anthem, bacon.
Hey, welcome to Hide from Fire. Hi. Whoops, hang on. My mic sounds a bit weird. Anyway, welcome to Hide from Fire. I am, as always, Adam Sage, and I just want to check something here on my microphone. No, that turns... Oh, God damn it. Now I've turned it down too low. Just give me 1 second. Where is it? Mic. Should be 5. Okay, anyway. I'm using a different, audio output, so... Why does that seem so low? Hold on a second. I should have checked all this out after. Oh no, that seems to be peaking where it should be, but I might just turn it up over there. Yeah, that's better. Now I sound the way I want to sound in my headphones. Yeah, I'm getting a bit of a feedback loop, but that's just me. Yeah, it does sound a bit weird. Oh, anyway. Yeah, I'll get used to it. Let's see what happens if I turn down my... Yeah, see, now I can't hear my voice at all. But I can only see it, so... Yeah, you know what? This is good enough. Anyway, where was I? Oh, that's right. I was going to talk about Cuomo. That's why I had the intro with, Trevor Noah talking about Andrew Cuomo. You know what? I might just play that video again. Yeah, this is definitely weird. It's definitely weird that I'm getting this feedback loop, but it is what it is. I just have to play this.
The one governor who's crushing it the most right now is Andrew Cuomo. Yes. Thanks to his handling, his approval rating has soared to a 7-year high. And he's even becoming something of a crush for many people.
Who?
Yeah, people online are falling in love with him. And I'm not gonna lie, those people include me. My Tinder profile now lists me as a Cuomo-Sexual.
The Daily Show with...
Okay, well, let's find out about this Cuomo-Sexual that Trevor Noah loves so much. What Andrew Cuomo's 5 accusers have said about his alleged sexual misconduct. Should we watch this? See what it is.
Just before I came on this show, by the way, she said I was her favorite.
She never said
Good news is she said you were her second favorite.
Andrew Cuomo has been Democratic governor for over a decade. He's the son of New York Governor Mario Cuomo. Mamma mia! And the older brother of Fredo.
Let me begin by thanking the people of the state of New York for this tremendous honor.
All right, yeah, that's better. Anyway, I have to work on my audio output because it sounds weird as fuck. Anywho. There it was, something about the Fredo thing. Wait, hang on, we gotta go back on that.
By the way, she said...
A racial slur during a live interview. Oh, he used the N-word. I thought it was about, Okay, we've heard enough about him. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is coming under increasing pressure after two more women... Hey, do I have a quote from him or do I have a quote from... Sorry, no, that's the first burp of the podcast. Do I have a quote from him? Oh, God damn it. Oh, here we go. Here's Cuomo.
I am black. I am gay. I am disabled.
Yeah, it's Andrew Cuomo. He claims, Cuomo increasing pressure after two more women publicly accuse him of being physically inappropriate with them. Now, I'm convinced that the only reason this is happening is because they want to get rid of him because they know everybody's everybody's pissed off about the, the whole nursing home thing where he, put fucking COVID patients into nursing homes like the most vulnerable people, so they could die there. It's pretty obvious. And now they're just using these, it seems very weird that once he's starting to make them look bad, once everything's going wrong for them, they want to make that suddenly all these women just come out of the woodwork to accuse him of, accuse him of, basically fucking, sexual assault and all that right when they want to get rid of him. But
I am black. I am gay. I am disabled.
Cuomo faces independent investigation to the harassment allegations. New York State Attorney General Leonard James will lead the probe into claims followed out below. Let's see, the governor has denied allegations against him. In a statement recorded last week, Cuomo conceded some of his words may have been misinterpreted as unwanted flirtation. Hey, you want to finish that sausage? To the extent anyone felt that way, I am truly sorry about it.
I am black. I am gay. I am disabled.
Speaking on Wednesday, he said, my usual custom is to kiss and hug and make that gesture. Understand that sensitivities have changed and that behavior has changed, and I get it. I'm going to learn from it. It was unintentional. I truly and deeply apologize for it. I feel awful about it, and frankly, I am embarrassed.
I am black. I am gay. I am disabled.
Yeah, well, at least he's not doing as bad as the mayor in London.
Sadiq Khan is just a gay, muzzy terrorist.
Anyway, a former Cuomo, Lindsay Boylan. A former Cuomo aide, Boylan was the first woman to come forward publicly accusing New York governor of sexual harassment. Governor Andrew Cuomo has created a culture within his administration where sexual harassment and bullying is so prevalent that it's not only condoned but expected, she wrote in a lengthy essay posted on Medium last month. His inappropriate behavior towards women and affirmation that he liked you and that you must be doing something right. He used it to intimidate and silence his critics, and if you dared to speak out, you would face consequences. She recalled her boss had informed her the governor had a crush on me, and that he began addressing her as Lisa in front of colleagues, referring to Lisa Shields, his rumored former girlfriend. He started calling her by his former girlfriend's name. Okay, that's a bit weird. And then there's the other one, former health policy advisor to Cuomo. Claimed the governor repeatedly mentioned her previous experience with sexual assault, and after she was sensitive to intimacy while they worked together, because that's a normal thing. You ask somebody at a workplace, hey, we're going to be working together, so are you sensitive to intimacy? Because we're going to be working together. He asked if I had trouble being with someone because of my trauma. Okay, so he's like, did getting raped fuck you over for fucking? Yeah, no, this guy totally not a creep at all. The governor asked me if I was sensitive to intimacy during the workday. Look at that mug. I mean, he looks like he's straight out of The Godfather. Man, you come before me on the day of my daughter's wedding. In a separate interview with the New York Times, when it said the governor had revealed to her that he wanted a girlfriend and was open to dating a woman older than 22 at the time she was 25. All right. Okay.
How dare you?
No, okay, that's just funny. She added, I understood the governor wanted to sleep with me and was wondering how I was going to get out of it. Yeah, I'm worried that the governor was wanting to sleep with me.
The only thing that worries me is hair loss.
Anna Roch or whatever, she told the New York Times Cuomo had asked her if he could kiss her when she first met him at a wedding reception. Oh, that's right. Here's the picture. A third woman accused. Yeah, that's not creepy at all. Also, why are they meeting at a wedding reception? Jesus Christ, look at this crypt keeper. His fucking old face, and this woman's just like, oh my God. And he's short as well, so she's like a midget. Karen Hilton, who was once one of Cuomo's top aides, said she was made to feel uncomfortable when he hugged her in a hotel in California. Welcome to the Hotel California. It's a lovely place. It's a rapey place. Anyway, he started asking me personal questions. I was uncomfortable with that conversation, Hilton said of the incident, which allegedly happened 21 years ago when Cuomo was a cabinet member during an interview with the New York's NBC affiliate 4 News. So I stood up to leave and walk across from his couch, and he embraced me intimately. It wasn't just a hug. It was an intimate embrace. I pulled away. He brought me back. I pulled away again, and I said, look, I need some sleep. I'm going. Hilton told News 4 in her first TV interview about the incident. It was inappropriate. We were both married. I worked for him, and it was too much to make... And it was too much... Wait, where was I? I worked for him, and it was too much to make it so personal and intimate. Yeah, no shit. Even if you weren't both married, you worked together, so obviously... Cuomo's office swiftly dismissed the claims. This did not happen, Peter Anderson, director of communications for Cuomo, told Newsweek in an emailed statement. Karen Hilton is a known antagonist of the governor's who is attempting to take advantage of this moment to score cheap points with made-up allegations from 21 years ago. These don't look made up, but, you know. Anyway, that looks, let's see, all women have the right to come forward and tell their story. However, it is also the responsibility of the press to consider self-motivation. This is reckless. So they're just absolutely going back on the whole, believable women, and I guess...
Rape on the first fucking date!
In response, a story appeared in the Post. Richard Prosy, senior advisor to Cuomo, said, the people of this state... Oh, sorry, he's American, isn't he? The people of this state elected the governor to represent them 4 times during the last 14 years, and they know he works day and night for them. There is no secret. These are tough jobs, and work is demanding. But we have a top-tier team with many employees who have been here for years and many others who have left and returned. Yeah, and there's okay, this is the last one. Third and former Cuomo aide, I think there's another 2 now. There might be 5 or up. Accused him of sexual harassment. She said she felt reduced to, quote, just a skirt by the governor's alleged behavior. Liz told the Wall Street Journal Cuomo inquired if she had a boyfriend, called her a sweetheart, and touched her lower back and once kissed her hand. Yeah, that is kind of creepy. Liz, who joined Cuomo's team in 2013, okay, so she's old now, recalled that what was initially seemed harmless flirtatious swiftly gave way to far more uncomfortable reality. This is not appropriate, really, in any setting, she said. Well, I don't know about any setting, but, I get the sentiment of what you're saying, sure. Excuse me. On Saturday, Richard Prosy, a senior advisor to Cuomo, added, reports where is he? Rich Aplazi. Reports and photographers have covered the governor for 14 years, watching him kiss men and women and posing for pictures. The public open house, mansion reception, there are hundreds of people, and he poses for hundreds of pictures. That's what people in politics do. He is not the rapist. I don't know why I just made him French at the end there, but I did. So, yeah, that's basically, it's all blowing apart because, let's face it, the guy killed a whole bunch of old people, and now they're just trying to use, like, the whole Me Too movement as a way to get rid of him and distract from, the whole old people thing. Hang on, I have to sneeze. Holy shit. Excuse me, crack a beer here.
It's the best end of the day. It's the West end of the day.
Anyway, and yes, sticking in the United States, where a lot of shit's been going down lately. I've been trying to stay more Australia-based, but there's a lot going on. Cops detain entire block of Antifa protesters on the second night of chaos in Portland. Activists smash window in ugly clashes with police. Police have clashed. Ugly scenes occurred on Friday after a group of activists, assembled to march against the Department of Homeland Security. So the Department of people who counter-terrorism. That's who they're protesting. I wonder why that is. And I don't know, what all these people are worried about. According to Biden, that now President Biden, Antifa is, it's just an idea. I mean,
poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Yeah, absolutely. One local journalist claimed between 100 and 150 protesters started making their way through the city's Pearl District before they began breaking windows of businesses and attacking anyone who was filming them. Well, obviously that it's that way. There's no film of them, so I guess it is just an idea.
Some people see a dumpster fire and do nothing but watch the spectacle.
Blah, blah, blah. Okay, members of the Portland Police Department were reportedly trailing close behind, but not arresting. Well, they did eventually, I guess. Sorry. Close behind. Shortly after, KGW reported that police set up a perimeter around a large group of the activists, let's call them what they are, rioters.
You will die without honor.
Where were we? Trailing close behind. But yeah, a large group of the activists claiming that they were blocking traffic between 13th and 14th Avenues. Those located between the two avenues, an entire block consisting of around 50 protesters, were detained by police so they could be investigated for criminal activity. Video shared on Twitter shows police instructing the group via megaphone to stay put. Footage from KOIN shows they are surrounded by police tape. It's unclear if any of those detained have been taken into custody or arrested. Yeah, I doubt it. Oh my God, police have clashed with Ant. Yeah, of course that's a picture they take. One of their fucking token tards standing up to the police. Police detain entire block, blah, blah, blah. Footage from Cohen shows the area surrounded by police tape. Okay, here we go. George Ventura, the crowd of 150 black bloc now breaking the glass of businesses in the Pearl District and are being followed by Portland PD. The crowd is attacking anyone filming at the moment. Yeah, those damn private businesses. It should all be government owned. That's basically what it is. These people are socialists. So the idea of any private citizen owning a business infuriates and, annoys them. The Portland Police Bureau just announced that all protesters are being detained. They're being asked to sit where they are. Okay, Fox News.
Investigation of a crime. You are not free to leave. You must stay where you are and comply with officers' lawful orders. Failure to comply may result in force being used against you, to include but not limited to crowd control agents, impact weapons, or tear gas.
I'll use all of them.
If you attempt to leave, you are subject to arrest. and stay where you are until given additional directives. Investigation of a crime.
Okay, some bystanders chant, let them go. Others say, lock them up. Who? All right.
Let them go! Let them go! Let them go!
How about no?
Let them go!
How about no?
Let them go! Let them go! Let them go!
It's so good they told people to wear masks, isn't it? It makes everyone so much easier to identify in these situations. It appeared that there were plenty of police on hand in the city following disturbing scenes that played out in Portland the previous night. I believe that's where somebody got shot because they created an autonomous zone. And as always happens with these fucking progressives, whenever they create an autonomous zone, it's like countdown till black guy gets killed. And that's exactly what happened. Oh, excuse. All right. On Thursday, dozens of far-left protesters assembled near Portland's federal courthouse for a demonstration against immigration. Oh no, you know what? The autonomous zone was in Georgia or where? No, not Georgia. Wherever George Floyd. That's why I had Georgia in my head. Wherever George Floyd got shot, that's where the protesters were. Anyway, Portland's federal courthouse for demonstration against immigration and customs enforcement, ICE. Really? Well, your guys in. Shouldn't all that go away now that you've got you've got your woke fucking Biden fucking president. You've got your fucking stunning and brave black woman as a vice president. You've got everything you want. Why are you protesting? The courthouse has already been boarded up with plywood after it sustained damage during destructive protests last summer. So it's still it's almost summer again in the US, and it's still boarded up. It's pushing on a year since it was almost boarded up. Well, it's pushing on almost a year since it was boarded up, I should say. The court, blah, blah, blah. But shocking video shared to Twitter shows all remaining uncovered windows were smashed during the last demonstration. But, it's the people who, quote, storm the Capitol. They're the ones you need to protect against. Oh, no, wait, it's because that's where all the elitists hang out. So that's why they're... Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's pretty transparent, isn't it? Several other demonstrators set fire to the plywood outside the building, prompting federal agents to deploy tear gas and smoke bombs and bid to push protesters back towards a park. And as we all know, the protesters are the real one. Is they're the real victims in this. A Portland park, city park, is filled with tear gas and smoke from federal officers. Oh no. Protesters set an American flag on fire outside the Portland courthouse. Well, that's cultural appropriation. Is that the guy from the Covington High School thing? Smoke your methyl. That's just pathetic. Yeah, let's close this down. According to journalist Garrison Davis, the feds marched further into the streets of downtown Portland while firing off chemical weapons and projectiles. A few of their paperball and 40mm launchers appeared to malfunction. He claimed the agents were aggressive and the air was thick with smoke. At least one person has been arrested. Don't arrest them. Just keep shooting them with pepper balls and shit. At least one person's been... in a tweet last night, Portland police said it was bracing for yet more unrest over the weekend. We are aware of the events planned for tomorrow and this weekend in which people plan to gather and demonstrate. Now, demonstration liaison officers are available to work with the community members organising these events, the tweet said. Last summer in Portland, Black Lives Matter marches began in the wake of George Floyd's death, but demonstrations soon became co-opted by far-left agitators. This was all fucking talked about in like 2019. Project Veritas went undercover in a hang on. You know what? I should be able to look this up, but let's just go back to the logo thing here. Hold on a second. Let me just see if I can find it maybe on YouTube's. On the YouTube's. Project Veritas. Bernie. Let's see what that comes up with. Let's see. James O'Keefe live on Hannity. Blah blah blah. Undercover deputy. See. Project Veritas drops Bernie bombshell. Okay, here we go. This is what I'm looking for.
We were intending to do an interview today.
This is what I want.
We did, as you know, if you listened to the program yesterday, but if the media or enemies of Sanders latch on to this thing, it will be devastating. Normal people would be shocked by this kind of...
Yeah, okay, that's not the... we need your help providing free videos, support the majority of... nothing to see here, step along. This makes me wonder that the Nazis are really bad. Because people on social media might have using different... Okay, no. Where is it? Project Veritas. More of Bernie's... Okay, yeah, here we go. I think this is the one.
And the Bernie campaign. Like the whole basis of like communism is like people and planet above property, right? Like we're here to preserve the planet, preserve people. We don't want to have to like eliminate people, right? But if people are going to try to fight back against the revolution, like when you hear about like atrocities committed by like in Cuba, like Fidel and Che, like killing people, like those people that were actively like they were like anti-revolutionary.
Oh, so they disagreed with Che politically, or they were black, or they were gay because he enjoyed killing them as well, just for the simple fact that they were black and or gay. But
They're like, they're fighting against the revolution. Like in any war, like if you like when you guys were in war and you encountered people that were fighting against you, what did you do to those people? Right? I mean, the same thing holds true in revolution, right? Like you can't abide people like actively working against your revolution. Like you can give them a choice, be like, hey, you can join the revolution, you can not be a bootlicker, you can sit idly by and allow it to happen, but if you're gonna take up arms against the revolution, then you should expect a violent response, right?
Yep, that's, and I believe this is one where he goes on to say if Bernie doesn't get the nomination for the 2020 Democratic nomination, that the cities will burn. And what happened? Bernie didn't get the nomination, and what happened after that? Cities burned.
Like, it's natural. Fight or die. Yeah. What they kept in the Revolutionary War. Fight or die. Yeah. And that's kind of where we're at right now. We're at one of those moments in human history where it's like we're fighting for survival. We're fighting for the survival of the entire human race. We're fighting for...
You're fighting for the survival of the entire human race. How exactly? How is getting some fucking dead shit old cunt elected fighting for the survival of the human race? You are just as retarded as those QAnon faggots.
For the survival of living creatures on planet Earth. And you know, there's some people that will stop at nothing to preserve that, right? Like to see the human race continue into the future, right? To try to save the planet from destruction.
Oh, so this is what like Extinction Rebellion and all that are about. Okay, fair enough.
And no matter what country or what laws that exist, they're irrelevant to. There are things greater than those systems, right? There are things that are more important than the rule of law in the United States.
That's what the bloody Marxists always say.
When it comes down to the existence of the human race. And that's where we're at, unfortunately. And like this is like there are probably no other points in human history, in like recorded human history, where like the stakes were as high as they are right now. Like we are at a we're at the end of the road. And like the way we choose to go is going to determine like, hey, are we going to continue as a species, or are we going to burn up in a center?
Right, so that was promotes the killing of opponents. Wasn't exactly the one I was looking for. I believe it is him talking though. Let's just have a look here. Undercover video, another fired, Bob Connor. Yeah, okay. No, we want it from organizer ranting about. Oh, here we go. This is the okay. It was a different guy I was thinking of.
So if Trump gets reelected, what?
And cities burn.
Oh no, it's him again.
What we gotta do?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have a lot of time left. We have to save like human civilization.
This guy genuinely believes he's a hero. Yeah, that's what they're calling these people now, Blue Anon, because they're exactly the same as the fucking QAnon faggots.
And obviously, Trump don't give two about making sure that the world doesn't.
Guys like that. What are we gonna do with them? Gulag. Liberals get to fucking wall first. What are we gonna do with those people that resist the change? Because that's a big deal.
Well, I'll tell you what. In Cuba, what do they do to reactionaries?
They shot them on the beach.
Ah, Bernie bros are such great people, aren't they? Oh, what an amazing group of people the Bernie Sanders fucking supporters are. Yeah, like you said, cities are going to burn. And let's go back to this here. Yeah, last summer, Portland, the night after night, they clashed with law enforcement, blah, blah, blah. There were at least 100 constructive nights of unrest in the city. Oh, consecutive, rather. They weren't constructive, they were destructive. The violence continued into last year. Antifa protesters went on a destructive rampage following President Biden's inauguration, because Bernie didn't get in. Biden had previously attempted to downplay Antifa, describing the group as, quote, just an idea. So, yeah, he described them as, God damn it, where is my fucking...
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
President Biden condemns protests and violence of the far right and far left before he was president. Fox News journalist stated to the White House press secretary, blah, blah, blah. Why haven't we heard anything from him directly about the riots in Portland and Pacific Northwest since he was inaugurated? Okay, and this is what Psaki, Psaki had to say. President Biden condemns violence, any violence, in the strongest possible terms. Peaceful protests are a cornerstone of our democracy, but smashing windows and protesting is not protesting, and neither is looting. And actions like these are totally unacceptable, she continued. Actions like these are totally unacceptable, and anyone who commits crimes should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law, except they're not. They're all just fucking... Yeah, they're all just fucking let go. They're not prosecuted to the full extent of the law at all. And there's more of this shit going on. Hang on, I'll get another beer. And this is on the same story from the Federalist. The Federalist. Come outside, you don't scare me, bitch. Watch Antifa menace Portland's courthouse in another fiery night. And remember, there was that guy from the Democrats who said, well, what Black Lives Matter and Antifa did, that's not an insurrection. That's because it happened at night when there were no government workers there. That's all these people care about, is their own safety, nothing else. They don't care about private citizens. They don't care about private businesses. They want them all gone. They want control of fucking everything. A group of more than 50 rioters dressed in black attacked the Mark Hatefield Federal Courthouse in Portland on Thursday, vandalizing the building, smashing windows, and lighting up parts of it while people were still inside. Antifa set fire to the federal courthouse in downtown Portland. There are people inside, so it kind of goes against what that Democrat was saying. Yeah, good for them. They're just setting fires. Yeah, such peaceful. Yep, and here come out the government employees, but they're the wrong type of government employees. They're not politicians, so their lives don't matter. All right. See, broken windows at federal courthouse building. Yep, there they are. Shuttered windows. It appears as if some have broken in the glass on the front doors of the federal courthouse building after ripping down plywood and setting it on fire. Let's have a look. And that just goes on. People have thrown boards through one of the windows at the federal courthouse building. Yep, okay. Federal agents square off with Antifa in Portland last night. I'm glad somebody's... Hell yeah. Yeah, look at them all putting up their hands. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. They're going to walk away after this and talk about, I was so part of the resistance. I'm such a rebel. Yeah. Yeah, get out of there, all 72 agendas of you. Stay together. And he's just, dude, just shoot him again. Oh man, I would love those pepper balls and a paint gun. That looks like so much fun. That looks like so. Federal agents chase and arrest Antifa during a nighttime attack on Portland courthouse. Look at him run. Oh man, that looks like so much fun. Let's see. 1.4 thousand likes. Antifa previously attempted to menace people inside the federal courthouse on Thursday afternoon, yelling, "Come outside, you don't scare me, bitch, death to America, and fuck the United States," while throwing water and other liquids inside the glass doors, repeatedly banging on them and trying to enter. So, you know, this is absolutely nothing like the insurrection on January 6th at the fucking Capitol Hill. It's just completely different because the sun's down. And
you're fucking a white male!
The attacker reportedly prompted federal officials to restrain some... the attack, rather... prompted federal officials to restrain some of the recently removed barriers in front of the federal building, including the boards and windows. Fuck the United States. Antifa tried to break into federal courthouse in Portland. Federal officials just removed the barricades protecting the building after months of Antifa attacks on the building. Now they're back again. Portland riots. So let's see what this is.
Fucking touch me again! I ain't touched not one door! Don't fucking touch me! Take that government paycheck! Touch me! Death to the federal government! Fuck the United States! Death to America!
Feds him down. Yeah.
Weak ass! It's fucking weak! It's fucking weak! Come outside! Come outside! Come outside! Come outside! Come outside! Come outside! Yeah! Pull it! Pull it! Do it! You don't scare me! You don't fucking scare me, bitch!
That's not gonna hold. That will not hold.
Where is that gonna hold?
Yeah, that guy's arm.
I could have put some hammers on. Do it! Do it!
Just shoot him.
You should have put hammers on the outside. He don't like it. He don't like it.
Oh my God, is that milkshake? Oh, they attacked you. Attack him back.
Oh, look at your guys' new window.
I don't even know what that is.
Wow, that's amazing.
Ha! Fuck you!
Oh boy.
So much for your guys' new window.
That's awesome, because only, like, you know, taxpayers have to pay for that, so which is why they don't give a fuck.
Where are the feds at?
Other riders faced off with another officer who was guarding a Chase bank. The guard pulled out his pistol. Riders flipped him off and yelled, "Fuck you," and began chanting while beating a drum. Antifa and other far-left riders in Portland tried to break into the Chase bank. Oh, that is not going to end well, you dipshits.
Back up! Fight him! Don't fight him!
Back up! What are you doing?
They got nice, expensive audio equipment for people who are supposed to be, you know, just representing the working class. Oh, Jesus Christ. Earlier the day, you know, it's the Trump supporters who are the real problem, and they're the biggest threat to democracy. Earlier in the day, dozens of people reportedly rallied in the street to call for the end of America in the name of honoring and supporting Indigenous people. Law enforcement arrested at least one person over the course of the afternoon related to the demonstration, and later arrested 22-year-old Darby Howard for causing destruction during a separate demonstration protest the pipeline protesting of the pipeline project. Yep, and that's why all fuel prices are going up in the United States at the moment. But hey, it doesn't affect them because they're all fucking rich kids. And yeah, Portland police, blah blah blah. Imagine if a version of the Capitol riot were happening every night for 8 months straight, but somehow not being reported by the major media. That's basically what's happening in Portland. Yeah, it's exactly what's happening in Portland. And yeah, like I say, these are all just fucking these are all just fucking rich kids, and by rich kids I will explain who these people are. Okay, come on, load, you goddamn... I'm still streaming. Why isn't this fucking loading? Come on. Alright, stop. Load, you faggot. Alright, hang on. Page I'm trying to... isn't loading for some reason. And it's not loading again. Why isn't it loading? God damn it. I had the perfect segue, and now the fucking webpage is not fucking loading. Let's try it again. Alright, what's going on? Oh, my internet's still going. I'm still got good streams strength, so it's not that. It's definitely not that. So what the fuck? Aha, here we go. Doxing the doxers. That's what I was after. Anyway, like I said, yeah, these are all a bunch of rich kids, and here we go. Meet Antifa. Doxing the doxers. Yeah, and that guy in the middle there, that is Anti-Fash Gordon. Fucking rich boy. Doxing the doxers. Anti-war against regular American is run by spoiled rich kids. It's hardly news that the regime has a soft spot for the leaders of Antifa. That regime media rather has a soft spot for the leaders of Antifa terrorist movement. It's nor is it surprising that I'm guessing that's Laissez Press has published several glowing profiles of Antifa's leading doxers, see below, without any concern. Apparently that these people openly harass, attack, defame, and seek to ruin financially and professionally ordinary American patriots. Antifa even wants to dehome them and their families, a direct threat to physical well-being of innocent children. Make no mistake, Antifa is dangerous. We know where you sleep at night, they chant outside Tucker Carlson's house. Yeah, and, you know, these are... this is from the Hodge twins. Good on them. Is that the Hodge twins? Yeah, conservative twins. Good for them.
Protesters.
Showing up at people's houses with their wife and kids.
People don't even know how to protest anymore. Back in the day, like during the civil rights,
You used to march up and down streets holding signs.
Like on the bus, Rosa Parks. She's like, they try to make her stand go to the back of the bus. She says, no, I ain't staying up going in the back of the bus. You know what, if I can't sit in the front, I ain't gonna be riding your bus. So they protested.
That's a protest.
That's a protest. Then it's like, wait a minute, now we're losing money. Y'all can come back on the bus. See, it's a good, effective protest. What kind of protest is this?
Going to somebody's house. I know why y'all did that. I know why y'all went to Tucker Carlson's house. Because y'all know the safest neighborhoods in this country is conservative neighborhoods. Ain't nothing gonna happen to us. These Republicans, they got respect for people. We ain't gotta worry about getting shot or stabbed. I tell you what, there protesters, if y'all really care about the American people, what you should do is go get you a sign, right? Black Lives Matter, right?
Yeah, walk down downtown.
Wait, I got something even better. Put all lives matter on there, right? Don't put Black Lives Matter, put all lives matter.
Yeah.
I want y'all to march down the streets of Chicago after a shooting. I guarantee you all y'all be dead within 15 seconds. Just shot.
This is harassment. This ain't no protest. This is harassment. This is not protest.
Yeah, you don't go to a man's house, man.
Yeah, protest is meant to change something. What is this gonna change? He gonna change nothing.
He has different opinions. What are you trying to change his opinions? What are y'all, some damn fascists? What are y'all, some damn dictators?
Exactly. This ain't a protest. This is harassment.
It is, man.
This is harassment. It needs to stop. We coming back to Texas.
Yeah, good on them. They're 100% right, and of course they're white supremacists, not because they're white and they believe white people are supreme, but because they hold views that are different to Antifa, therefore they must be white supremacists. In August, one of the more unhinged Antifa radicals murdered Trump supporter Aaron Danielson in Portland, and Antifa thugs also sent conservative journalist Andy Ngo to the hospital. Despite that, top Antifa leaders are hardly common criminals. They are the offspring of the wealthiest and most white, privileged members of society. Doctors, lawyers, professors, and corporate executives. Several might be millionaires in their own right. Permit me to introduce you to a few. Here he is, Anti-Fash Gordon. Christian Michael Exu. Christian Exu is a leader of Deplatform Hate, a cyber stalking campaign that seeks to force social media, fundraising sites, and email marketing services to deplatform patriot political dissent. Number one, happy Valentine's Day. I'm announcing a new project that I've spent the last few months working on with socialist dog mom, Chick in Kiev, and oh my god, LRCW News. It's called Deplatform Hate, and the goal is to kick the far right off the internet. Oh my god, meet the undercover anti-fascists inside the team of anti-fascist activists who infiltrate and expose Proud Boys, Boogaloo Boys, neo-Nazis, Oath Keepers, militias. Oh my god. Dude, everybody knows who you are. Deplatform Hate advertises several more known doxers, Andrew Hugh or whatever, Telia Livin, and Madeline Molly Conger. Conger is a senior researcher at The Post, what she, Exu, and her pals want to do. I'm interested in disincentivizing this behavior. I'm interested in raising the cost of being a white nationalist, raising the cost of being a Nazi, raising the cost of making these threats anonymously online, and making it clear that these people are not as hard to find as they think they are. A small group of sleuths has been far. Yeah, okay, here we go. In other words, they want to silence the opposition, just like the goons that showed up at Carlson's house. Exu goes by several nom de cleurs on Twitter, including Anti-Fash Gordon and Doc Savage, in which he uses to encourage his tens of thousands of followers to deluge business with requests to fire or evict working people by Andy Kroll, Rolling Stone, blah, blah, blah. Maybe that's because the uber-privileged Exu family never has to worry about the unemployment or homelessness. They are cocooned in a web of wealth and nepotism at St. Lawrence University in Canton, New York. Oh, there's his father and Christian's parents. Oh my God. What a prissy little rich boy. Pretending to be a socialist, pretending to be a communist, because he knows that the money his family had is never going anywhere. Christian Xu's father, Clavin Fred Xu, is a emeritus professor at the university, as well as a writer at leftist outlets Salon, Truth Out, and Huffington Post. And there he is, Governor Bill O'Reilly, sick, blah, blah, blah. And where Xu goes, Christian is not far behind. A Supreme Court out of control. How McClellan will spur corruption and inequity. Oh, that's right. How dare they have a black person. Calvin Xu teaches at St. Lawrence, so Christian gets a job in the library. Calvin writes for Salon, so Christian writes for the website too.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
And wouldn't you know it, Christian's mummy, Diane Xu, an attorney, or was an assistant adjudicant professor at St. Lawrence University. Dreadlock brother Josh is an associate professor. Okay, Dreadlock brother Josh is an associate professor at the university. St. Lawrence doesn't post faculty salaries online, but Glassdoor.com lists the average base pay for a professor amidst around $167,500 a year, excluding benefits. Josh Xu, there's his brother right there, teaching as oh god, what a faggot. For an attorney, average base salary is listed at around $108,000 a year. This would place the Xu family in the top 5% for household income in the United States. Median household income in 2020 was $68,400. No wonder the Xu family feels entitled to dox the rabble, the deplorables, the great unwashed, firefighters, nurses, mechanics, and teachers, working stiffs, even when none of them have been accused of violence, breaking the law, or even making racially insensitive comments. Oh my God, they all put up, oh my God, look at this. They all put up, oh, Proud Boys. Xu has targeted a firefighter not accused of unlawful conduct and a public school teacher who attended a protest of which he, Xu, did not approve. He'll even attack targets innocent family members. In the case of a Florida nurse, Xu promoted a campaign by Panic in the Discord and Antifa Doxing Collective to target the victim's wife and their newborn baby. And yep, here's all the fucking receipts. They publicized the baby's gift registry and published photos of the infant. Oh, they're probably jerking off to him because they're a bunch of fucking pedophiles.
You know, it's funny, sometimes American journalists talk about how bad a country is because people are lining up for food. That's a good thing.
Yep. They directed a mob to contact the family and their employers. No one had accused the new mum or dad of any wrongdoing. Even if they had done something wrong, doesn't make it right to dox a baby. But Alou doesn't care, as Nia knows Post-Millennial reported. I just don't stalk fascists. I just don't stalk fascists. I get them fired, dehomed, kicked out of school, etc. He then incites violence against his victims. It's really satisfying to punch a racist. They bleed nice too. Notorious doxing activist accused of racism and predatory behavior. The Post-Millennial. Yeah, we'll open that in a new tab. Xu's followers once included Dayton Antifa mass murderer Connor Betts. After Xu exposed a list of targets, much like the ones in this article, Betts responded, "Know your enemies." Dayton shooter now suspended Twitter as a pro-Antifa, pro-gun control comments by, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, actually, know your enemies. Yeah, follows them. These are the people confirmed or likely to be at the KKK rally, and if you see them, feel free to scream their names at them. Blah, blah, blah. Betts murdered 9 and injured 27 others. This was the... should we blame him too? Yes, absolutely. The Post and Rolling Stone, also profiled Enber Hugh, who runs a Left Coast Right Watch website and Twitter feed that works with Xu at Deplatform Hate. Hughes purchased a gun to prepare for the war with his rivals and has been photographed wearing clothing emblazoned with semi-automatic rifles over social justice. where are we? Slogans like defend equality, as the Post reported. Hughes dressed down in sort of a cross-punk hobo chic, but like Exum, he's the sitcom of wealthy parents. Pictured Amber Hughes' mother, Evan. Hughes' mother, Robin, immigrated from Pakistan in the 1980s and is now a global studies professor at the California State University, Monterey Bay. She collected a cool $156,000 salary in and benefits in 2019. Yeah, so he's really one of the people. He's the next Che Guevara. The father, Evan Palmer Hugh, lists his occupation as a woodworker and home chef, but he partially owns Rabina's Organics, a sprawling multi-million-dollar farm in Sassalins, California. The farm, which includes a massive 6-bedroom home valued at around $2.5 million, and there they are on there too. Okay, his sister, Mihan Ruby Hughes, works as an agricultural firm and runs an art gallery, another vacation of the wealthy and privileged. Yep. Meanwhile, the Hughes family sources of income are unknown. The mother's salary from CES alone is 2.29 times the median household income. Factoring in grants, farm income, and the father's income unknown, as well assets, easily states Hughes in the Antifa's dreaded top 1%. And then we go to our next one, Tilia Bratch Livin. Another member of Deplatform Hate is Tilia Livin, a vicious doxer from one of the most elite and privileged families on the list. She is known for spreading disinformation about Justin Gator, a computer forensics analyst with Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE. Granta is a wheelchair-bound Marine veteran who lost his legs serving in Afghanistan. Livin, a former fact-checker at the New Yorker, falsely accused Greitner of being a white supremacist because of a Titan II platoon tattoo on his elbow, which she confused with a Nazi symbol. That's how fucking retarded these people are. Oh, that's another beer finished. Justin Greiner is a wounded U.S. Marine who continues to serve his country as an ICE computer forensics analyst, helping solve criminal cases and rescue abused children. The tattoo shown here is a symbol for his platoon while he fought in Afghanistan. Well, that's kind of embarrassing. Unlike working stiffs that deplatform hate attacks, after the magazine cancelled Levine for smearing a Marine hero, she landed another high-profile job with Media Matters. Media Matters hires blah, blah, blah. By John Levine, the Rap, 2018. She still has a megaphone in which the leftist regime media, Boston Globe, the Washington Post, Real Clear Politics, and Business Insider. Less than a year later, the Rap's Levine reported the New York University's journalism hired her to teach reporting on the far right, then cancelled the class, not because she smeared someone, but not because she smeared someone. You ask, was the class? The problem? Low enrollment.
No one, however smart, however well educated, however experienced, is the suppository of all wisdom.
Her mother, Julia Leader, is a doctor and professor at Mount Shire Hospital. Oh, that's where all the fucking Jews go. She is also president of the medical board of Mount Shire Hospital and runs an administrative executive committee. Her father, James F. Levine... Excuse me, hang on, there was an error. There was an error with something's going on Twitch. Reload the player. Let's see what happens here. Anyway, blah blah blah. And her father, his LinkedIn profile is says that he is the founder and CEO of Election Storage Incorporated, owner of Levin Holdings LLC, and board member of Electric Grid Monitoring LDT. Right, so there are parents, extremely fucking rich. James Levine graduated from Harvard University with his bachelor's degree, and Talia admits that she was a legacy kid at Harvard. Daddy got her in, even though she's a B+ student. Another of Talia's sisters was also admitted to Harvard as a legacy student, went to Mount Sinai with her mother. As a legacy kid who got into Harvard despite several B+ in math, I can confirm this. So she's happy about it. She's happy about the fact that she is just part of the elite. All right, what's going on with the fucking outputs for my streams here? Hang on, let me reload. Now everything's recording, so we're going to go up on whatchamacallit. So we're going to go up on BitChute, no worries. Here we are. James Levin and Gellia Leder own a $2.7 million condo in Manhattan. The Levins potentially control millions of dollars in assets, likely putting them in the top 1% of wealthiest Americans. Despite all the privilege and wealth, Levine calls her father evil because he supported Donald Trump. I wish I had profiled my rich, unabashedly racist and sexist dad as a typical Trump voter. An irony of Levine's wealthy upbringing is how she routinely chides her victims with such terms as middle-aged business owners, confronting white supremacy, blah, blah, blah. By Talia Levine, Boston Globe, January 2015, she affects the air of a righteous, proletarian communist warrior despite her wealthy background, and punches down at the most stigmatized and vulnerable strata of society. Okay, and there's, Jesus Christ, there's another one. Thinks her opponents are Nazis, leverage the Unite the Right rally to increase her national profile, while Cougar Twitter handle Socialist Dog Mum is often seen wearing a red communist bandana. She too comes from a privileged bourgeoisie background. Her father is John Cougar, an assistant program manager for a major defense contractor who lives in Virginia Beach with her mother, Blair Ferguson Conlon. She is a midwife with the Bon Securis DePaul Medical Center, program manager of type blah blah, earn about $137,000 a year. The average salary is $105 for the mother, I'm guessing. High-end earners, 158, Bureau of Labor Statistics. So these people are on, they're all pushing, basically, almost $200,000 a year. That's both their parents together. So they're making $500,000 a year as a family. Molly Conger graduated from University of Virginia and was project manager at an education software, as the Washington Post Klemko reported in its friendly profile above. In 2017, she founded Conger Consulting LLC. Now that she rakes in thousands of dollars per month in Patreon donations, she is a full-time social media activist. Some highlights from her career. In December 2013, she targeted a firefighter simply because he felt that Antifa shared some of the blame for violence at protests. Oh my God. I mean, can you believe that? A firefighter had a problem with people who were going around burning down a city? Well, clearly he should be docked. In February 2019, she docked a man for posting a video that said Antifa attacked James Fields at the Charlottesville Unite the Right rally. The individual's personal information remains in her Twitter feed. Oh my God, she spoke out against Antifa. Another one spoke out. Sounds like doesn't want a white ethno-state as much as redo of his custody battle. I'm sure he's doing all these things with your son and her new fiance. Wow. She's instigated a targeted harassment campaign to destroy his small business and taunted him about losing custody of his child in a divorce proceeding. Yeah, because this is something that they never have to deal with. These people are just insanely rich. Okay, how long? In October, where are we? In October, Congo confronted Christians protesting the removal of a Confederate monument by ripping pages out of one of their Bibles and setting them on fire. Oh, we got video of this.
I didn't say that. I said you're going to burn in hell. Your body will burn in hell for eternity because we
Bible, guys. They got a Bible right there.
They got a Bible burning.
We gave them a Bible. They ripping it up. They ripping it up, guys.
They're starting fires! Hey! Fire!
Yeah, well, there you have it. In 2019, Kruger tweeted support for Antifa, domestic terrorist William Van Spossen, who bombed the ICE facility. Modern day John Brown, may he rest in power. Well, in December 2020, she posted a video of herself training for armed conflict on behalf of... Oh, this is going to be funny. I guarantee that's a 22. Jesus Christ, you can barely hold the thing up. In December 2020, she gloated over police officers dying in the line of duty duty during the holiday season. He T-boned a school bus bravely. Police officer, murdered by his own bad driving. R.I.P. brave commuter. Someone please help our brave officers learn to drive. Their cars keep leaving the roadway. Oh, wow, she's an amazing human being. Congra is also another leftist activist who doesn't like her father. I'm familiar with the wrongs my father did in service to this shitty country, she tweeted. Jared L. Holt. Oh, God, these just keep going. Another one. All right. XU promoted a hit piece. And, okay, here we go. Holt attacked for highlighting inconvenient facts in the Arbor Mabry case. Recalls was shot while jogging through. Yeah, that's right. Here we go. Yeah, that was the case of the guy who was apparently a jogger. Anyway, another Holt stalked Cassandra Fairbanks after leftist terrorists attacked her home. The terrorists shotguns, fireworks at her house and pounded on her windows, in which forced her, including a younger daughter, to flee. Blah, blah, blah. Rapper Key Nata. Fairbanks also received threats from extremist blacks, including the rapper Nata. Maybe you need a bullet in the back of your skull, he tweeted. Okay, of course, Fairbanks was terrified. Holt then canvassed her neighborhood and spoke to the neighbors for a hit piece defending the left-wing agitators. Fairbanks recorded a conversation with her neighbor who accused Holt of fabricating quotes that insinuated Fairbanks was not the victim of a real attack. Like XU, Holt influenced Daytona Antifa mass murder Corin Bretz, but Holt furiously covered his trail, deleting old tweets and blocking bets to remove his tweets from Holt's toxic material. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so she's... fascism must be crushed. Fascism is an act of first violence, and violence is justified to stop it. I'm not against violence. By all means, punch the Nazi, burn a cop car. Okay, and they just keep going on, and Jesus Christ. Not an expert, but an obvious. She's careful to limit her criminal activities and actions legal in the US, but while living in Germany. This is crime laundering. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Here she is as a Nazi. Identical pictures of his house and truck, and doxed his employer too. Doxed a military veteran as a Nazi, because he's a military veteran, and that's a working class thing. He has a kid about 3 years old, she said. Does anyone have quite high quality images of the Trump boat rally that show boat names or registrations so that I can start doxing? Antifa are better than patriots, said. And this just keeps going on and on and on. And Jesus Christ, these fucking people. I mean, seriously. Hang on, let's just see what else I was supposed to talk about here before I decide to head off, or I might just leave it on this note because how long are we going? No, we're going a bit over an hour. Oh, you know what? We got one more story to get to. Jesus Christ. And this story, I'm not going to fucking delete this one from my feed because holy shit, these Antifa kids are just all fucking rich. Like, all of them. And speaking of things that are rich, this one comes out of the UK. Men-only curfew should be imposed after murder of London woman. Green Party Baroness suggests, prompting mockery online. And so it should. A Green Party politician has been labelled deranged. Excuse me. After she called for a 6 p.m. curfew on men following the tragic murder of a London woman, with some arguing the party instead focuses on the broadly popular Green agenda. Yeah, because it's so goddamn popular.
You'd all be dead now if it wasn't my David.
On Wednesday evening, Barrister Jenny Jones threatened to bring an amendment to the next appropriate bill to introduce a 6 p.m. curfew on men. Her calls barely received a murmur from the near-empty House of Lords, but caused a storm online. With renowned Brexiteer Nigel Farage labelling Barones as deranged. In case you thought it was exaggerated when I call the left deranged, this is the Green Party. This Green Party politician wants a curfew on men after 6 p.m. at night. Better case for reform in the House of Lords has never been seen.
And in the week that the woman, Sarah Everard, was abducted and we suppose killed because remains have been found in a woodland in Kent, I would argue that at the next opportunity for any bill that's appropriate, I might actually put in an amendment to create a curfew for men on the streets after 6 p.m, which I feel would make women a lot safer. And discrimination...
Yeah, what about men getting home from work?
And in the week that...
Yeah, because there'll be no men to protect them. Serving police officer arrested. Yeah, it was a police officer who did it. But hey, one user wrote, how would we police the streets after 6 p.m? We might need men, another said. What if I choose to identify as a woman? Which by Jenny Jones rules I can do as and when I please. Exactly right. A number of Twitter users claim Jones was eroding the credibility of the Green Party, whose green agenda has become increasingly mainstream in recent years, while Greens have remained a minor party, occupying only one of the country's 650 seats in Parliament. While nobody stood up to the former Reform Party leader, the number of Twitter users urged people to take Jones' threat too literally. Others jokingly suggesting Jones didn't go far enough. Why limit ourselves at 6 p.m? Why don't we just ban men? Another wrote. Jones' call came after police said they believe they had found remains of a London woman, Sarah Everard, who went missing somewhere between Chaplin and Brixton last week. On Wednesday, police also announced they had detained a MET Metro police officer in relation to Everard's abduction and murder. So it was one of their own. What sadly is missing from this argument is a list of men wrongly accused, blah, 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 correct, but no doubt you see women screaming at a man in public like a rented manchi, as apples and oranges, blah, blah, blah. She conveniently ignored, as I'm reading the comments now, she conveniently ignored the fact that male police officer and a female accomplice. This could be an interesting experiment. All men in the EU should go regardless of their job. Let's see what happens. Britain invaded and conquered in a single night, including policemen. How about locking up violent criminals for a long time instead of this? No, I don't think so. Just hang them. Yep. Well, we could just put a curfew on women, but maybe more sensible approach is to look at countries that are considered safe and learn from them. Age does not mean wisdom. Yep, you're absolutely right. It's actually a brilliant idea. It would dramatically reduce crime and go out and enjoy your life. How about men get 3 nights a week? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, what does this have to say? Even better idea for the sake of inclusivity and political correctness. I think we should allocate a weeknight for each gender. According to the BBC, there are over 90 genders. I'll take one of those spare days. I identify as someone. Everyone else, blah, blah, blah. Whoever called you the C word was right. Go vax yourself. Honestly, sometimes I despair the way things are. What happened? Where did we go wrong? Me also, blah, blah, blah. Will women enforce the curfew? What if a large uncooperative male breaks? I think gently, yeah, she should enforce it herself. This silly woman, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, they want, the Greens want to put a curfew on men because, you know, they're the party of inclusion and tolerance and they are not the party of sexism. Oh, these people are fucking idiots. Anyway, yeah, how long has that been? That's been about an hour 15. 75 minutes. Yeah, that'll do for this episode. And I will leave you, as I always leave you on this note, on the cheery Antifa Greens note, by reminding you that, of course, Black Lives Matter.
A whole bunch of white militia came out there, formed against our group. We out there strapped. We out there ready to burn that shit down. We out there to defend our fucking selves. We got to defend ourselves now, too. We do. Because power to the people. Power to the people. Power to the people. Damn right. We got fucking rip Trump out of that office right over there. Fucking pull him out that shit. Nah, we ain't about fucking waiting until the next election. We about to go get that motherfucker. I ain't about that shit. Because you know what time it is? I want y'all to be after me. It's time for a revolution. It's time for a revolution. It's time for a revolution. Thank you guys. I appreciate y'all. Be safe. Be blessed.
Gay!